Hello everyone, my name is Dian Rizandi and co-author is Mawati and Rizky Haryanto from MBA program Universitas Gadjah Mada, Indonesia. Today, I'm going to present my research entitled Cash Holding Type of Ownership and Firm Performance, an empirical study in Indonesia. Introduction. Globalization has resulted in change in various sectors ranging from scientific, technology, and economy. Globalization has encouraged global economic relations in financial industry, as seen by international companies for our funds, information, trade, and investment. The capital market has changed through the years, interacting and transacting with various countries, including the Indonesian capital market. Indonesia is a developing country with the potential for rapid economic growth with the resources. According to a report by the rating agency Fitch Rating 2022, Indonesia has received the title BBB Long-Term Outlook Stable. This makes investors think that companies in Indonesia have a high growth potential to provide higher profit. Based on data collected from Custodian Central Efek Indonesia, show that Indonesian number of foreign owners from 2017 to 2021 has consistently been above 40%. This indicates that the role of foreign investors in Indonesia is significant. The presence of foreign investors is essential for the company funding sources and managing the company. Foreign ownership is the number of shares owned by foreign investors consisting of individual and institution. Foreign institutional investor can reduce the level of corporate cash holding. This can happen because the presence of foreign investor is considered to be able to reduce against conflict that commonly occur in company by going through a good governance and monitoring system. Against conflict arising between principal and agent will impact the company decision to use the company cash holding. Against conflict result in non-optimal cash management with affect the firm performance and profitability level. And research question. The first is, does foreign institutional ownership negatively affect the cash holding rate? And the second, does foreign institutional ownership positively affect the firm performance? And research objective, the study aims to examine the effect of foreign institutional ownership and the level of corporate cash holding and influence of foreign institutional ownership on the firm performance in Indonesia. Theoretical and literature review. The research was developed from various theories. The first is agency theory. This research was developed through agency theory. Agency theory explains an interconnected behavior between the principal and the agent. Jensen and McLean argue that the top company involves the agent as delegate to several decision-making authorities to meet their needs. In the relationship between the principal and agent, is it possible to have agency problem, agency conflict that occur between shareholders and manager have an impact on cash management and firm performance. And second, cash holding is the rate of available cash and cash equivalent owned by company. According to Keynes, there are three motivates for decision in the management use of cash. The first for transaction, just in case, and speculation. And the third, foreign institutional ownership, is portion or percentage of share owned by foreign institution that invest in company by investing domestic company. According to Tendelilin, institutional investor comprise insurance company, fund, depositors, pension fund, institution, and investment companies. And fourth, firm performance is the company ability to achieve its goal with the effective and efficient of its resources. The firm performance can be assessed through the company financial performance, namely looking at level company profitability. According to Brigham and Edhart, profitability is the net income from several policies and decisions that a company has taken. And then hypothesis development, foreign institutional ownership of cash holding. The result of research by Lonkan that ownership of foreign institution negatively affect the company cash holding, which is mean the higher the foreign institutional ownership and the lower the level of the company cash ownership. Against conflict that occur caused by the existence of different interests between shareholders and manager. Against conflict can increase against cost. The existence of foreign institution is considered to be able to reduce against conflict and external funding costs to reduce the tendency for high cash accumulation. According to Bena et al., foreign institutions can reduce against costs by improving monitoring and corporate governance. So, it is expected that there will be a negative effect for foreign institutional ownership at cash holding level. Previous research by Lonkan showed that foreign ownership negatively affect that company cash holding rate. Therefore, hypothesis 1 is foreign institutional ownership negatively affect company cash holding. Hypothesis development, foreign institutional ownership of firm performance. Research by Lin and Fu found a significant positive relationship between foreign institutional ownership and firm performance. Foreign institutional investors are considered to be parties who have experience and are effective in monitoring the company. Vera and Mata said the foreign institutional investors are more active in managing companies and more likely to demand change corporate governance than domestic institutional investors. Improvement of management and monitoring of managers make managers disciplined so that manager performance increase and makes the firm performance better. Research by Lin and Fu show a positive influence of institutional ownership on firm performance. Based on description, hypothesis 2 is foreign institutional ownership positively affect the firm performance. So here is the research framework model. Research method. This research is study using quantitative data with a secondary data source from company financial statement document. And the study used secondary data with archival data collection method obtained from Osiris database and KSAE. Furthermore, the type of data the study is panel data. Sample. The study used a progressive sampling technique with the criteria of the company non-financial company list and active on the Indonesian Stock Exchange for period 2016 and 2021 with the proportion of foreign institutional ownership which is half share ownership or more than 1% of total outstanding share. And here is the operational of definition variable in this study. Analysis and discussion. The first is descriptive analysis. The result and discussion of descriptive analysis are as follows. The next is classical assumption test. The first is normality test based on the Shapiro-Wilk test that has been carried out by looking at the probability values of both model. It can be concluded that the data in study are not normal. Next, multi-collinearity test based on the table. It can be explained that each of variable is no multi-collinearity. Next, test for heteroscedasticity. Based on the result of the Burns-Pagan test, the data observed in study show that there are symptoms of heteroscedasticity in model 1 and 2. Furthermore, the study used robust standard error to overcome the problem of heteroscedasticity. And the next is selection of regression model based on testing. The selection of regression model on both model, the test results show that the selected regression model for each model is fixed effect model. And next, hypothesis test. There are two hypotheses in the study. The first model is a model for analyzing the influence of foreign institutional ownership on cash holding, and the second model analyzes the effect of foreign institutional ownership on firm performance. Result and discussion of hypothesis 1. The test results show that foreign institutional ownership has a negative effect. Institutional investors are crucial in monitoring activity to ensure that the company cash holding is not wasted. In addition, through good governance, foreign institutions can prevent cash expropriation and waste of company-owned resources. The existence of foreign institutional investors can minimize agency conflict. Decreasing agency conflict can mitigate agency costs to reduce the company tendency to accumulate cash, which can cause excess company cash. Based on the result of hypothesis testing, hypothesis 1 in the study, foreign ownership negatively affect the company cash holding rate has been spotted. The result in this study reinforced the finding of Lonkan, which found that institutional ownership decreased the company cash holding. And then result and discussion hypothesis 2. The hypothesis test result in table show the foreign institutional ownership positively affect both on ROA and ROA firm performance proxies. Investors from foreign institutions apply managerial experience, professional knowledge, and voting right. They influence manager to improve the company's efficiency and corporate governance, and influence manager in making business decisions. Based on the test result, then hypothesis 2 in the study, foreign institutional ownership positively effect in the firm performance has been supported. This follow this finding in Lin and Fu, which state that foreign institutional investor positively affect the performance of company. Next, this study conduct model testing by considering lag factor. The test saw result consistent with the research regression model. It can be concluded that test taking account the lag factor gave consistent result. Conclusion: based on the tests that have been carried out, the study found several things. The first, the result of hypothesis test show that there is a negatively influence between foreign institutional ownership and company cash holding. And the second, the study also found that there was a positive and significant influence between foreign institutional ownership and firm performance. The limitation of the study is that the data obtained and processed are not disrupt a normality test, and the study didn't measure the effect of foreign institutional ownership on cash holding and firm performance more specific character, and the study didn't consider the industrial variable as a control variable. And recommendation: researchers are expected to conduct more homogeneous corporate research and testing with a grouping by the industrial sector, and researchers are further likely to shed light on the influence of foreign institutional ownership on the company's market performance, and researchers can then add sample between ASEAN emerging market. Study result can be an additional consideration for policyholders and viewing the presence of foreign institutional investor in Indonesia. And foreign institutional investors have impact firm performance through a governance and monitoring system that allow management to manage cash efficiently and rationally to encourage firm performance toward a better direction. Through effective governance and monitoring of foreign institutional investor, preventing insider takeover that could harm the company. Finding can be helpful as a direct for investor in selecting company to invest in. Then that's all the presentation of the result hopefully the researchers can be provide benefit for the next research. Finally, I'm Dian Rizandi. Thank you for attention.